And I would like to now call up Mr. Fraser to talk to us about magic.
What is magic? It's not reality. It's using your imagination to its fullest. It's suspending your belief. Illusions and magic are some of the only things that can bypass our extremely well-wired minds. But have you ever wondered why and how you are fooled by these so-called magic tricks and illusions? Good morning. My name is Kallum Fraser, and today I will talk to you about my Masterworks entitled Behind the Magic. My presentation will consist of 3 sections: the 7 basic principles of magic, conscious versus the subconscious mind, and the science of misdirection. Let's start with the 7 basic principles of magic. This series of principles has been compiled by internationally renowned magicians Penn Jillette and Raymond Joseph Teller, or more formally known as Penn and Teller, to summarize the underlying skills of magic. I'm going to run through these 7 principles pretty quickly, and then I will do a trick to illustrate how they work. Okay, very briefly. A load is to secretly move a needed object to where it is hidden. A steal is to secretly obtain a needed object. A palm is being able to hold an object in an apparently empty hand. Simulation is to give the impression that something that hasn't happened has. A ditch is to secretly dispose of an unneeded object. Misdirection is to lead attention away from a secret move. And a switch is to secretly exchange one object for another. Does everybody understand? Okay, you don't have to, because I'll do a trick to do it. First of all, if you see what's going on, you know, I just worked on these for the past year, so I'll try to be as loud as possible since I don't have a mic. Jen, come up. So if I put my knowledge into my brain, right? I put your knowledge into your brain, make sure nothing gets out. My knowledge can actually transfer into your brain like so. And then there's math class comes along. And your knowledge is going like this, right? And ripping up.
Yeah.
Right?
Sad math class.
But at the end of math class and when exams come along, you actually regain that knowledge. Like this. So now, what do you know about magic so far? Or about knowledge?
1 plus 1 equals 2, and somehow miraculously with 0 becomes 3.
Okay, so you know a lot about math, so let's test you. So if I take 2 balls into this hand, and 1 is going to go in my back pocket here, how many balls are in this hand?
2.
2 balls. Okay, got that one wrong. Let's try it again, though. This time use your mathematical skills. If I put 2 balls into the hand, and 1 back into the pocket, how many are in the hand?
Help me out here.
Go on, how many are in the hand? 9? No.
Going for 2. Going for 2.
Go for 2. Okay, calculation error there.
Oh.
There's actually 3. How do you keep getting this wrong? I don't see how you're getting this wrong.
Your math
But
teacher can't count.
Can't do math. So now we have these 2 balls here, and this is your last chance to redeem yourself.
In front of all my students.
Yeah, you're just getting embarrassed in front of all the grade 6s here. So if I take these 2 balls and put them into this hand, and I'm actually going to leave that ball there. If you just look at this hand really tight, make sure I don't drop anything. Okay, how many balls are if I put 2 in the hand,
How many are there?
2, Kallum.
2 balls. Okay, I think I should be teaching you math from now on, because there's actually more balls in my head. So now let's put this knowledge back where it belongs into your head. And please, everybody, please give a round of applause for Jen for being my volunteer.
Did any of you guys notice any of the 7 principles? Okay, let me show you where I use them. Okay, a load, to secretly move a needed object to where it is hidden. Example, placing a sponge ball back into my pocket. A steal is to secretly obtain a needed object. Example, taking an extra sponge ball out of my pocket while in the middle of a trick. A palm is being able to hold an object in an apparently empty hand. Example, palming the ball like this. Simulation is to give the impression that something that hasn't happened has. Example, pointing my finger to the hand that the audience thinks the ball is in, yet the ball is actually in the other hand. A ditch is to secretly dispose of an unneeded object. Example, placing a sponge ball secretly back into my pocket when it is not needed anymore. Misdirection is to lead attention away from the secret move. Example, talking to the spectator while performing the secret move. And a switch is to secretly exchange one object for another. Example, reaching into my pocket and exchanging a sponge ball with a bouncy ball. Did any of you guys notice which of these principles I did not use?
A switch.
Correct, Cameron. I did not use a switch. Well done, buddy. Okay, that was fun, but now I'm going to go a little deeper behind the magic. In this section, I will discuss how magic is tied to the 2 parts of the brain, the conscious and the subconscious mind. One of my external advisors is John Malone, a hypnotherapist, who explained that our minds actually consist of 2 minds. The first one is called the conscious mind, and the other is the subconscious mind, each performing specific functions. Let's start with the conscious mind. The job of the conscious mind is to observe and react to anything through the 5 senses. It acts as our radar. It keeps us alive. The conscious mind holds our short-term information. It is the rational and analytical mind. The subconscious mind is where our imagination lives. The subconscious mind holds our perceptions and beliefs of the world. The subconscious mind protects us from dangers, whether they be real or imaginary. This is the powerful part of the mind, yet the one that can be fooled. One great visual representation of this is an iceberg. The conscious part of the mind is the ice above the waterline. The real impressive part, however, is what's hidden under the water and what we can't see. This best illustrates the power of the subconscious mind. You're probably wondering how this ties to magic, but this is why magic works. You see, your subconscious mind can only hold 6 plus or minus 2 things until it gets overloaded and basically shuts down. This is where the magic begins. Your subconscious mind takes over. At this point, magicians have a gap to perform a sleight. Your subconscious mind will also attach a suggestion that will flow right in. Like if I say, I have 2 balls in my hand, right? You will agree, because your subconscious mind has taken over. In a very real sense, the spectator's brain is the magician's assistant. Misdirection is often viewed as a huge distraction, diverting your eyes away from what's happening. But often you're misdirected directly in front of your eyes. I'll now talk about 5 different ways misdirection works. Talking. Talking and asking questions forces the spectator to think, and sometimes search their own head for the answer. The question could be, do you have a wallet on you? Or what year is on this coin? These visuals will give you a better understanding of what I mean. This is the little man inside of your brain. He has cameras, radars, sensors, microphones, everything he needs to take in what he's seeing. Say someone asks you a question, like what year is on this coin, or do you have a wallet on you? The little man goes to check his files. The man wants to rewind what has happened, yet he cannot rewind when he is checking his files. So in this case, you have fooled someone, even if their eyes, or radar, is looking directly at you. Motion. Humans naturally detect motion across the visual field. This is used throughout history to protect humans from dangers throughout history and to this day. It automatically engages our attention for reflexive actions. This is also helpful for a magician as an easy way to get the spectator's eyes off what is happening. Another part of movement is that a large motion covers a small motion when dealing with magic. An example was used in my sponge ball trick when I vanished the ball. Notice how I made a large movement to cover the small one. Joint attention. Joint attention is the mechanism that makes people gaze at something when they see other people doing it. For example, when I looked at the hand that the ball is in, you are tempted to look at it as well. Once you're looking at the hand, it becomes the spotlight of attention. The spotlight of attention is a metaphor used by neuroscientists and magicians alike, and refers to the fact that we aim our attentional focus like a torch or a flashlight. Whatever object, person, or action we concentrate on appears more noticeable and even brighter than the rest of the scene. In other words, the spotlight of attention only needs to shine by comparison to the surrounding darkness. This means that magicians only need to ensure that the audiences aim their attention to specific places on the stage. Each spectator's brain will take care of everything else. In my routine, you notice you all looked at my hand from joint attention. Once it becomes the spotlight of attention, you miss my ditch. Back into the pocket, right? Hopefully. Field of view. One effective way to misdirect someone's attention is by changing where they are looking. Magicians use various strategies to control a spectator's field of view. This can be questions or even telling someone to focus on something specific. This will constrict someone's field of view and ultimately miss the sight. I will show you an example of this next. In the end, all of these forms of misdirection are happening behind the magic without you knowing. But some are actually crucial to making a trick work. I'm going to do another one. Okay, I wanted to bring you the best today. In this bag, I have a very important piece of magic equipment. It was really expensive. I'll let you guys touch it after if you want. Grade 6s if you want to do that. But please just don't be too startled, okay? And this one is really easy to see what's going on. So just don't say anything. So who in this room thinks they're smart? Just raise your hand. Put it up. I see Jackson Baker would like to come to the front. Which hand is it in?
I think it's in that hand.
Ooh. So Jackson so far is smarter than me. But let's try another one. Let's try it again. I'll do the same thing. Which hand is it in?
That one. Oh.
Oh, okay. You got it wrong. Got it wrong. That's fine. But now you can have a seat. I'm just going to change it up a little bit. So you're just going to look at my hand, okay? Just going to look at my hand. And just focus on it really hard, okay? And try not to miss anything that's happening. Just focus on the hand. Focus on the hand. And then when I go down, you're just going to guess which hand is in. Just pick which hand is in.
Obviously, it's in this one.
Okay, you got that one wrong. So what's the score right now? You have 1 and I have 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll give you one more guess, because it's probably in this hand. And you could tie it up. But if you don't get this one right, then I get another point, okay? Just guess. There's only one left.
Okay. This hand?
Okay, you got that one wrong again. Let's try the piece even bigger.
Okay.
Okay, just focus on the hand, Jackson. Remember, you're smart.
So smart.
Which hand is it in? Get out of here.
I think I won. Let's go back to the question that I posed at the beginning of my presentation. Have you ever wondered why and how you are fooled by these so-called magic tricks and illusions? As I've shown, there are a couple things at play here. The magician's use of the 7 principles of magic, the magician being able to bypass the conscious mind, and the magician's use of misdirection. All of these things together are what can fool you. One of the most important things I learned in Masterworks is that the mind of the observer is, in fact, the magician's assistant. Yet, magic goes beyond science. It has much more to offer us. At the end of the day, I could not agree more with Michael Stevens when he says that magic reminds us that being stupefied, curious, and humbled is actually fun. First of all, I'd like to thank my family for supporting me throughout this project, especially my sister who sat through multiple magic tricks. I would like to thank Victoria for giving me many ideas for this project and kind of starting everything up. I would like to thank Ted Spear for helping me with my essay and my presentation. I would also like to thank my 2 external advisors, John Malone and Paul Husen. They both went over and above to teach me what they know and help me understand my topic. I would like to thank my classmates I feel like we did this all together, so thank you for that. And lastly, I would like to thank all of you for attending my Masterworks. Thank you.
Thanks for returning here. That was a great presentation by Mr. Fraser, and I am so pleased to announce that he has met all the requirements of the Masterworks program at Island Pacific School.